Hello guys, it's Kevin, State & Co. Truck Insurance, and in today's video we'll talk about how to save on truck insurance policies in 2025. It's been a challenging year with tariffs and all the back and forth. I think we started like 140% tariffs on China, now we're down to 10%, so it's been paused for 90 days. And truckers, small owner operators, and even larger fleets are in the midst of all this mess. So here are some tips how to save on your upcoming renewals, or if you are a brand new trucker getting into industry, how to get the best possible price. So number one is driver safety, driver quality. That's probably one of the main, kind of categories when it comes to underwriting and underwriters pricing trucking insurance policies. Minimum 2 years in business and at least 23 years of age. That's where you will start seeing some, better pricing. But, if you're under 23 or, don't have a 2-year CDL, then, unfortunately there is no magical formula to save you from paying 25,000, 30,000 per truck insurance per year. And again, this is if you're brand new, just starting in that business. I would say in such case, just makes sense. Probably go work for somebody as just a regular employee, gain that experience, have that 2-year CDL, hopefully no violations, because that's the other big issue. If even if you have a 2-year CDL experience, but you had speeding tickets, you know, other violations, traffic, and that's just gonna put more pressure on the pricing as well. And the bad ones would be DUI, of course, that pretty much eliminates anybody from driving a truck. Haven't seen yet an insurance company. Maybe perhaps Progressive will still take you with DUI, but then the premium's going to be just crazy. They'll slap like 10, 15, or $20,000 surcharge on something like that, but other insurance companies won't even accept it. And the other bad one is the cell phone, the handheld device violation. That's also it's being looked up by many insurance carriers as a major violation. The second important thing would be the location of your business. And there's not much you can do, if you're based in North Carolina versus Texas, Georgia, Florida, because the insurance rates are state specific and even zip code or metropolitan area specific. And the general rule of thumb is that the big metropolitan areas, think of Miami, Atlanta, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, you will see a much higher rates than if you were in a smaller town or some rural area, because there's more traffic, more claims, more accidents, and just because of that the insurance automatically is going to be more expensive. The third thing would be the age of the truck. It matters. Some insurance companies simply won't even quote you, and you will not even know, because again, if the equipment's older than 20 years, then Canal, Northland, some others, they will just won't even quote, and you won't even know, because you will get limited offers from the ones that are still quoting. But the ones that are still quoting, they will need they'll probably have a small surcharge, which again, not to say that every single insurance company is like that. I've seen Great West and some others where they don't really care particular about the equipment, and the prices are still reasonable. But again, be mindful of any equipment that's older than 20 years old. The fourth thing would be if you already been operating for at least a year, and that's, I would say, should probably put it as number one at the beginning of this video, are the DOT inspections and safety scores. Watch out for those auto service violations, because that literally can put you out of business. There are national averages for vehicle inspections and driver inspections, and if you're exceeding those 3, 4, 5 times, automatically insurance companies will view you, will look at you as a high risk. And those can be as simple as, oh, my ELD is not plugged in, although it's a big one, because the ELDs are to monitor your hours in service, so that always has to be on. But like a simple thing like the ELD manual is missing and you don't have it in the truck, that's a violation, as well as the expired CDLs because the medical exam hasn't been updated. And this one we're seeing quite a bit where people think that, oh, I passed my medical, I submitted the DMB, I'm good to go. But you need to pull your MBR, you need to check 2-3 days after you submit your medical, make sure that your MBR is updated and shows that your CDL is active, because it happens a lot where DMVs fail to update and then truckers find out after the fact when there's an accident, or luckily in some cases the insurance agent will tell you that, hey, your CDL is expired and you need to contact DMV again and have that updated. So pay attention to those things, because in the long run it will help you. And again, especially this safety inspections, the truck maintenance, super important, because you can have all those other factors in place, such as be the right age, have no violations on your MBR, your company is based in small town in South Carolina, but then if you have been operating for 1, 2, or 3 years and you racked up numerous DOT violations, they're just automatically gonna push those prices, over the roof. And there's gonna be a point where, insurance companies won't even be able to insure you because it is considered a high risk. So stay tuned. I'll keep you posted on any upcoming updates, and we'll see you next time. Bye.